Hello my class 10 students. I hope you are enjoying my classes and you are staying safe at your home. So as you know that light chapter is going on and we have almost covered the reflection portion in which we studied the laws of reflection, the rules for the image formation on spherical mirrors, concave and convex. We have discussed the cases, 6 cases of concave mirror and 2 cases of convex mirror, and we also studied the mirror formula and magnification, and also you have received the video lecture in which I solved the numericals based on the mirror formula. So now we turn our attention to the second half of the chapter, and that is about refraction. So like reflection, we can define refraction as change in path of light, change in path of light along with change in its medium. मतलब जब लाइट एक मिरर से रिफ्लेक्ट होती है तो लाइट का पाथ चेंज होता है, लेकिन लाइट का जो मीडियम है वो चेंज नहीं होता है. I'll show you. Here I am having a concave mirror and here I am having a laser light. You can see this laser light. So you can see what I can do. I can reflect this laser light, like I can reflect it back on board for you using this concave mirror. When this light is falling on this concave mirror, you can see the reflection. I can change the point of reflection. So before reflection, the light rays were in air, and after reflection, light rays were also in air. Let me try to show you if you can see the path of light if I'll turn off the lights. So I hope now the path of light is much visible to you, the laser light. And here I am having a concave mirror. So you have studied in concave mirror, when a parallel ray of light falls on concave mirror, it reflects down passing through the focus. So you can see this ray of light is going down after a reflection from a concave mirror. If you will come at the principal axis, the rule is same, light is reversing back on its path, and if you will go down, you can see that ray of light is going up, passing through the focus after reflection. Any parallel light, incident on mirror passing through the focus after reflection. So in this you are observing that before reflection the path of the light was in air. You can verify the first law of reflection. You increase the angle of incidence and angle of reflection also increase. If you decrease the angle of incidence, angle of reflection also decrease. So what you are observing, that path of the light is before reflection it is in air, and after reflection it is also in air. That was simply reflection. Now if I will change the path of light as well as the medium of light, then that is known as refraction. I will show you. So earlier I was having a mirror in my hand, but now I am having a glass slab in my hand. You can see on a glass slab, if a ray of light falls normally, you can see it passes normally. I can show you on board that ray of light is passing normally through the glass slab. I hope you are able to see the path of light inside glass slab also, isn't it? So look what will happen if when I will change the angle of incidence. Wow. So if you can see that ray of light inside the glass slab is not parallel to the incident ray. If this is the ray of light and I consider the straight line as normal, then I can see that ray of light is bending towards normal. When a ray of light enters in a denser medium from a rare medium, it bends towards normal. And if you will look at the ray of light which is emerging out of the glass slab, it is again parallel to the incident ray. So it means when ray of light is emerging out of the denser medium, the glass slab, it bends away the normal. Okay. So you observe this phenomenon. It is so interesting that ray of light bends when its medium is changed, and this is known as refraction, and I'll teach you the laws of refraction. So dear students, you observed the phenomena of reflection as well as refraction. Now let me teach you what refraction is mathematically. So you have observed that as change in path of light along with change in its medium is known as refraction. So suppose here I am having a change in medium, ये glass slab है मेरे पास right side को, and this is my normal which I should draw dotted. So and let me use this black color for the ray of light. So this is my incident ray of light, and at the point of refraction a perpendicular line is imagined which is known as normal, and this is the expected path of ray of light. But you observe that when ray of light enters in the glass slab, it bends towards normal, and if I'll complete my glass slab, then you can see when ray of light emerges out of the glass slab, it deviates away the normal and it becomes parallel to the incident ray. It becomes parallel to the incident ray. So we are going to study refraction here at this point. We will discuss that second part later in later classes. So just study refraction at the point where ray of light is entering into the glass slab. The angle between the normal and incident ray is known as angle of incidence, and the angle between normal and the refracted ray is known as angle of refraction. You can see as ray of light is entering from mu1 to mu2, where my mu2 is greater than mu1. What is this mu1 and mu2? This is the refractive index of the medium. Outside we are having air, and inside we are having glass. Glass is denser than air. Refractive index of glass is greater than refractive index of air. Whenever light enters into a denser medium, it bends towards normal, and when light enters from denser medium to rare medium, it bends away the normal. So there are two laws of reflection, two laws of reflection. The first law is, which was the second law of reflection, is known as first law of refraction. So first law states that incident ray, refracted ray, and normal all lie in same plane. The second law is very important and very interesting. It is also having its mathematical explanation. Incident ray. Second law states that sine of angle of incidence divided by sine of angle of refraction is always a constant and is known as relative refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So sin I by sin r is equal to mu2 by mu1. You can remember it anyway. Like I remember it like this: sine of this side multiplied by refractive index of this side. So which means mu1 multiplied by sin I, mu of air side, angle sin I of air side is equal to mu2 refractive index of denser side into sin r, sine of angle of reflection. So you will get out the same result. So one more important point I would like to add on here. This mu2 by mu1 is also written as mu21 or mu21 or mu21. Different books have different notations. So this mu2 by mu1 is known as refractive index of medium 2 with respect to medium 1, mu to 1, and this mu to 1 or mu 1 to, the ratio is to be applied accordingly, as I told you to remember. The air side mu 1, angle of incidence, the other side mu 2, so the other sine of other side angle. So in this way you will never do the mistake, doesn't matter which side is I or which side is R, if you are following this rule. This is also known as Snell's law. Snell's law is the second law of refraction. It is also known as Snell's law. Okay. A little about refractive index I will tell you. Refractive index of a medium with respect to air is known as absolute refractive index. We can represent it by simply mu of any medium. It is defined as ratio of speed of light in vacuum to speed of light in that medium. So as speed of light in vacuum is maximum and in medium it decreases, so refractive index of all the known materials is always greater than 1. For vacuum, refractive index is considered as 1, and for air the value of refractive index is also approximately equal to 1. And for other denser mediums like glass, water, the value of refractive index increases to like 1.5, 1.8, or even 2 or 2 point something for diamond. So this is the definition of refractive index. We can also express it in terms of wavelength, but I'll do it later. I'll see if there are numericals based on it, then I'll tell you in your classes. So for now you can remember that refractive index is defined as ratio of speed of light in vacuum to speed of light in that medium. So if Vm is the speed of light in any particular medium, then mu m is refractive index of that particular medium, where c is the speed of light. And other than this, refractive index is defined in your Snell's law, where sin I to sin R ratio is equal to mu 2 by mu 1, corresponding to the diagram which I drawn already. So after studying about the refraction, the next topic is refraction by the lenses. As we have studied the ray diagrams for the mirrors, we are having ray diagrams for the lenses. So like mirrors, we are having two types of lenses, convex and concave. So first we will study about convex lens. A convex lens is of this shape, which is thick in the middle and thinner at the edges or periphery. This is the cross-sectional view of lens. You are holding this lens like this. When you look at this like this, it is going to be circular. When you are looking at like this, the cross-section of lens will look like this. This middle center point of the lens is known as optical center. We can represent it by O. And then unlike the mirrors, it has two curved surfaces, so it has two focus points and it has two centers of curvature. So this is the first surface, so this is going to be your first focus point and this is your going to be first center of curvature. Similarly, as this is the second surface, so this is the second focus and second center of curvature. The rules for the rays of light passing through the lens are very much similar to the mirrors. This is your principal axis. Let me give you a brief revision. And we, imagine vertical lines which is passing through the center of the lens. In actual, what happens, ray of light bends at both the faces of lens, but you are going to study them in class 12. For class 10th, you will study by giving them a single bend at this center line of the lens. So you can remember the rules like this. Any ray of light coming parallel to principal axis will bend such that it will pass through the focus of the lens. The first rule. The second rule, any ray of light which is coming through the principal focus will become parallel to the principal axis. Second rule. So very much similar to the mirror. मिरर में क्या हो रहा था, पैरेलल लाइट आ रही थी, रिफ्लेक्ट होके फोकस में से जा रही थी। लेंस में क्या हो रहा है, पैरेलल लाइट आ रही है एंड इट इज पासिंग थ्रू द लेंस एंड गोइंग थ्रू द फोकस, क्योंकि लेंस तो हमारा ट्रांसपेरेंट है, मिरर हमारा रिफ्लेक्ट कर देता था। और थर्ड रूल, एनी रे ऑफ लाइट विच इज passing through the optical center of the lens will pass undeviated। तो जैसे वो आपका मिरर में सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर वाला रूल था जिसमें लाइट रिट्रेस बैक हो जाती थी, लेंस में आपकी अगर कोई रे ऑफ लाइट ऑप्टिकल सेंटर से पास करती है तो वो स्ट्रेट पास हो जाती है एंड अनडेविएटेड। तो इन्हीं रूल्स को यूज करते हुए हम जो है लेंस की रे डायग्राम फॉर्मेशन करेंगे, ठीक है। और वो जो फोर्थ पोल टाइप वाला था वो हमारा इसमें रूल नहीं है। सिर्फ इन्हीं 3 रूल्स को ध्यान रखते हुए हम कन्वेक्स लेंस की रे डायग्राम फॉर्मेशन करेंगे। So let us consider first 2 cases of convex lens only. The first case, as in concave mirror, let us place the object at infinity. When object is at infinity, the ray of light coming is parallel. We imagine a line here. Any ray of light coming parallel will pass through the focus. Second ray of light is also coming parallel. Any ray of light coming parallel to principal axis will pass through focus. So image forms at focus. Your object is at infinity and your image position is at focus, size highly diminished, or point sized, okay. Then magnification is 0, nature, real and inverted. That is your first case. The second case, let us keep object at some finite distance but beyond C2. So position of object is beyond center of curvature, and here is the imaginary line through which I will imagine the refraction. So any ray of light coming parallel to principal axis, yes, light will pass through focus, okay. And any ray of light which is passing through the focus will become parallel to principal axis. So here is the image formation taking place. ये आपका AB ऑब्जेक्ट है, ये आपकी A' B' इमेज है। अब आप देखो बच्चों जरा ध्यान से, आपने कनकेव मिरर में पढ़ा था कि जब पैरेलल लाइट आती है तो वो रिफ्लेक्ट होकर फोकस पे इमेज बनाती है। कन्वेक्स लेंस में वही लाइट पास हो जाती है और फोकस पे इमेज बनाती है। कनकेव लेंस में जब ऑब्जेक्ट बियॉन्ड सी होता है, लाइट जाती है और रिफ्लेक्ट होकर बिटवीन एफ एंड सी इमेज बनाती है। वही लाइट कन्वेक्स लेंस में जाती है और ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ लेंस बिटवीन फोकस एंड सेंटर इमेज बनाती है। तो कहने का मतलब है कि जैसे आपके कनकेव के केसेस हैं सेम टू सेम, ऐसे आपके कन्वेक्स लेंस के केसेस हैं, बट विद द डिफरेंस दैट इनमें जो हमारी इमेज बनती है वो अदर साइड ऑफ लेंस बनती है और कनकेव मिरर में जो इमेज बनती है वो रिफ्लेक्ट होकर सेम साइड बन जाती है जहां ऑब्जेक्ट रखा होता है हमने। तो अगर मैं इसके लिए इमेज की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स लिखूं तो सबसे पहले पोजीशन ऑफ इमेज जो है वो मेरी कहां पे है, वो है बिटवीन F1 एंड C1। और मैं बात करूं साइज की तो यू कैन सी दैट द साइज इज डिमिनिश्ड, इमेज छोटी है, कनकेव मिरर में भी छोटी बनती थी यहाँ पे। और अगर मैं बात करूं मैग्निफिकेशन की तो मैग्निफिकेशन मेरा नेगेटिव है और लेस देन 1 है, क्योंकि मेरा साइज ऑफ इमेज जो है वो स्मॉलर देन साइज ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट है। और अगर मैं बात करूं नेचर की तो जो मेरी इमेज है वो रियल एंड इन्वर्टेड है। तो माई मैसेज टू यू before ending this video, that please go through the cases of concave mirror very carefully. If you go through the cases of concave mirror, the cases of convex mirror are covered automatically with small changes. Like in concave mirror, the same ray diagrams are forming on the left hand side, but in convex lens, same ray diagrams are forming on the right hand side. The position is same. The only difference, वहाँ पे हमारे पास एक ही सेंटर और फोकस था, लेकिन यहाँ पे हमारे पास दो सेंटर और फोकस हैं। एक C1 F1 फर्स्ट सरफेस के लिए, एक C2 F2 सेकंड सरफेस के लिए। तो in the same manner, in next video I will cover the remaining 4 cases of convex lens and 2 cases of concave lens. Till then, work hard and practice a lot and you can really get full marks in your physics this time in your board classes. With all my support and all your hard work, we are definitely going to get very good marks this time in board exams. Like always, thanks for watching and take care of yourself. Bye bye.